After every Marketing Experiments web clinic, we grab our lead speaker to share a few key insights to help you improve your marketing campaigns. Enjoy this web clinic wrap-up. So what do you think of some of the most common mistakes, which is what we talked about in this web clinic, that email marketers are making, and how those micro decisions can help them look at their emails in a whole new way?
I think we look at the email as a whole instead of seeing that it really represents a series of transitions. The email is a communication that requires a series of yeses on the part of that participant, that person reading the email, and we must move them from yes to yes. They must say yes to the headline, at least to transition to the top of the body text, and then yes at key junctures through the body text, and then yes again at the call to action, the click through to the landing page. You don't fix an email. You optimize that thought sequence. You don't even optimize the email. You optimize each of those transitions, each of those micro yeses. And that's what gives you the highest performance, and it keeps you from leaking in your overall campaign.
And you also talked about flipping the funnel and the importance of pushing people up through the funnel.
The whole notion of the funnel is semi-useful, but I think it's misleading. People don't fall into your funnel, people fall out. Gravity is not helping the marketer, gravity is working against the marketer. We invert the funnel because we understand that in a sense, you've got to propel people upward a step at a time through the funnel against the resistance of gravity. This requires you to fine-tune the force of your value proposition.
Okay, and what are some ways that marketers can fine-tune their value proposition within the email? I know it ties into the micro decisions to help push marketers up the funnel.
You first need to map each of those micro yeses, those micro decisions. You next need to ask a simple question. Does the perceived value at this stage outweigh the perceived costs? Am I saying enough in the headline to make it worth their while to read the body text, or at least the first paragraph? Am I saying enough in the first paragraph to get them into the bullet points or key follow-up paragraphs? Am I saying enough there to get them to click on the call to action? Take the button itself. Does the button promise enough in exchange for the click to make it worth their while? At every juncture, optimization is simply about getting the perceived cost to weigh less than the perceived value.
Let's talk about some of the interaction with the audience and some of the concerns they had and some of the good points they were able to bring up towards the end as you were optimizing emails live.
You can tell the audience from the beginning of a session to the end of a session grows more sophisticated, and their understanding improves. They start making better and better suggestions in their analysis or in their feedback as the event progresses, which is quite rewarding for us because the goal here is to transform the way they think, to help them see in a new way. And many of our clinics present groundbreaking insights that you won't discover anywhere else. And because of that, people have to almost step back for a moment, absorb the tilt, as it were, and then look in a new way at the email or the landing page. You can also tell when you look at the feedback we received 12 months ago and compare it to the feedback we received today, you can see the community is growing in their understanding.
You can learn from the full 60-minute replay of this Marketing Experiments web clinic at marketingexperiments.com/research.